Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've made a video. I just kind of got lazy and never really felt like videoing things, and some of the shooting ranges I go to don't allow like live cameras while you're shooting. I guess it's for insurance policy or something like that. So I just kind of wasn't really into it. But I recently picked up something. Actually, I say recently, today I picked up something that I thought would be worth making maybe even a video series about. This particular rifle I have not seen much online about, and so I thought I'd go ahead and at least make this video and then go from there and see if one, there's interest, or two, kind of what my interest in the gun turns into. But so this is a Savage Axis 2 heavy barrel. You can see over here it's got the tapered bull barrel. It is chambered in the 6.5 Creedmoor, which I'm sure most of you know is growing like wildfire right now. Just since I know someone will ask, you can see here that the gun is completely unloaded, chamber, bolts open, magazines out. Okay, so, and I'm not even going to touch the rifle during the video, so there's no possibility of that. So this is really kind of the unboxing and first impression video. And then I think as soon as tomorrow I'm going to go out and shoot this thing. I just picked up some Federal Fusion factory ammo for it. And I think, my goal with this rifle, I think, is going to be to make it sort of the everyman's rifle. There's people out there that, do the budget rifles for under $1,000 or 1,000 yards for $1,000 and stuff like that. And I don't know about for everybody, but $1,000 is $1,000, and not everyone has it. So depending on the time of year, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But that doesn't mean that I don't enjoy the challenge of making what I'll call an affordable class rifle shoot well. So I think what we're going to start with this is go out, shoot factory ammo. This is the factory scope that came on it. It's just a Bushnell 4 to 12 by 40 with an adjustable objective. Rings are not mounted properly. You can see the big gap and offset difference there. So I think what I'll probably do tonight is get the gun apart, clean it up, make sure there's no oil or, like manufacturing oil or metal shavings in anything. Correct the rings, make sure everything's torqued. I really want to give the rifle a chance to do well instead of just going out and trying to diagnose if it was put together well at the store or whatever. I don't want to bash the thing. I think Savage Axis is good enough unwarranted crap on the internet, but I think they've come a long way. So we're going to give it a shot and kind of see how it does. This one happened to be sitting on the rack at a local sporting goods store to me, and it'd been there for a while. So I said, you know what? I have a little extra money in the gun fund. Why don't we see what the 6.5 Creedmoor is all about and see just kind of if this series turns into something, as well as, so when I started doing the research, there was really not much on the line about this particular gun, especially in video form. So I figured, hey, why not? So what you see right here is what comes in the box. So there's the box. There's the plastic sleeve it comes in. Over here is your instruction manual, your mandatory lock. That little yellow key right there is your adjustment for the Aki trigger. Obviously your bolt, Aki trigger, detachable magazine, scope rings, the Bushnell 4 to 12 that I mentioned, and your cheap, sling. I think that's bikini style or whatever it's called, scope covers. First impression of the rifle, like everyone mostly knows, the stock on these things leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, because of this heavy barrel and this light stock, the thing doesn't balance at all. You can pick it up and it's clear that the balancing point would be, all the way down here by that sling stud right there. So, I know the stock will need work, or who knows, maybe even in the future I'll replace it. If I kind of do the every man's rifle type theory where, I upgrade it where I can, or I ask for a part for Christmas or something like that, I just kind of want to do it in that way instead of going out and dropping all this money on it and making this what is supposed to be sort of introductory every man's rifle into something that, is fancy and has a lot of add-ons and crazy expensive scopes and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to shoot it and see where I think it could use some upgrades and, and just kind of go from there. I suspect that the stock will probably give me a little bit of issues. I know in the future I'll likely mount a bipod on it just because I like the versatility of it instead of just having to shoot off sandbags. So I'm expecting there to be some sort of free float issues in the forearm or even some flex in that stock. The butt stock back here is almost completely hollow, so that feels kind of cheap, and there's not much accuracy wise we can do back there other than weight it most likely. But who knows with the low cost of laminate stocks nowadays? Maybe we'll ask Santa Claus for a laminate boys or something like that, or who knows. But yeah, so I think tomorrow we're gonna go out, we're gonna shoot it, and then see where we go. I picked it up and I put my bore sight on it, and it actually is bore sighted, surprisingly. So I think tomorrow we're going to try to go out and zero it at 100 yards and just kind of see what it does. I mean, I know that's not exactly a fair assessment just because it's going to have the first 20 rounds through it. But it'll at least give us a starting point and kind of see where we're at. The gun actually shoulders fairly well, aside from just being front heavy. I didn't buy it to be a hunting rifle, so I'm not particularly worried about that, but I could see where if someone was planning on lugging this around or take standing shots or something like that, where that would definitely be an issue. I probably wouldn't want to climb this into a tree stand if I didn't have to. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys. Tomorrow I'll hopefully come back with a range report and a little bit deeper first impressions, and we will go from there. So hopefully you guys are into it. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know, and I'll take it as far as you guys want me to. One additional thing is the new axes, and I think the old ones probably do too. I'm not 100% sure. Where is it? Right there. You can see that this has that barrel nut. So in the future, if we just decide that this barrel doesn't do very well, or I see a deal on a factory aftermarket pre-fit or something like that, we do have the option to rebarrel this gun. But I'm not going to start by doing that. I want to see what kind of accuracy we can get out of the factory gun and then go from there. So it's Friday, November 2nd. Hope you guys are excited about it. I am, and hopefully this will kind of become a video series about taking it from factory performance to what upgrades are just cosmetic, what upgrades actually are functional, and where if you really have a limited budget, where I think your money would best be spent. Anyway, have a good Friday night and rest of the weekend, and hopefully I'll have a range report for you tomorrow.